Hi, I'm Judy Highlander, Wayne Highlander's wife.
Hey, I'm Pauline Johnson, Rob Johnson's wife.
Today we've hijacked the program and it's going to be a little different.
And we have Eileen with us.
Hi, guys. It's so nice to see you.
Wayne didn't give me any notice, so I've got no makeup and I've been doing hot yoga and gardening, so sorry about the appearance.
You look lovely, but I would kill Wayne.
Yes, that thought crossed my mind.
So I've been working with Wayne and Rob for several years, but more closely this past year on the podcast. And they've told an awful lot of stories about both of you. And I kind of want to hear the truth from you guys and hear your side of the story. They've definitely, because I work behind the scenes, I get a lot of flack. And I think it's about time I kind of turn the tables on them in the celebration of the 1 year of the On the Floor podcast. So, Judy, I've been driving with Wayne.
Oh boy.
And I want to hear from you how you feel about his driving abilities.
Well, it feels like we're on a police chase when I get in the car or truck with him. He's so aggressive with the gas pedal, the steering, and the brake pedal. Stuff goes flying in the vehicle. He puts notebooks and sunglasses on the dashboard. They go flying everywhere. I have to grip the seat or the armrest. My purse gets dumped. He says I drive like an old lady, but he is turning corners and the stuff is squealing. He brakes so hard, I jerk forward and back. Yeah, it's a real treat.
Oh, yeah. And yes, the first time that I drove with him, we were driving on, it wasn't like a highway, but close enough to it where we needed to get on an exit ramp. And he missed the ramp. Next thing I know, he slams on the brakes in the middle of this highway, puts it in reverse to back up so he can get onto the ramp. And I thought we're going to get killed.
Oh my gosh.
And I wanted to know, does he drive like that all the time?
Yes. I mean, the good part for you was that you're on a highway or semi-highway, so there might have been some stability in the driving pattern. But around town, driving to, a half mile to go to a restaurant in our little town or somewhere else, it's so herky-jerky and aggressive.
Yes, the way that I described his driving, it's like he'll be talking and, we're having a conversation and then he sees something and it's kind of like, look, squirrel, and it changes complete direction. And I'm like, are you even paying attention to the road at all?
I don't know how he does. He's very good at multitasking. I think that he can eat while driving, talk on the phone, look at deer and critters on the road, check out people. I think one of his major talents is juggling handfuls of food while driving and talking on the phone. I've seen him eat Kentucky Fried Chicken and hold a thing of mashed potatoes and beans, two separate containers, and eating chicken and driving and talking on the phone at the same time.
He should join the circus.
Yeah.
That's a riot, I tell you. See, and he's like, I'm the best driver. I'm like, nope, no, you can't sell me on that.
Yes. No, it's quite an experience. It's a heart-stopping, butt-clenching experience.
Rob used to, when he made sales calls, he would get deli meat and he would have it in piles on the dashboard and he'd take each of the pieces and then he'd roll it up and eat it as he was driving. He's not a juggler like Wayne.
But he sounds like he's more organized and that he's neater than Wayne. Wayne is a slob.
They will be sorry.
Again, I'm like, I already got a cheesecake from laughing so much.
Please take a video.
Oh, okay. Well, it wouldn't turn out because the jerking in the vehicle, it wouldn't turn out. Wayne
I
is
almost
also,
want to ride with him.
No, you don't.
no,
But,
no,
Molly,
no.
no, you don't.
Wayne,
You value your life and want to see those grandbabies. Don't get in a car with Wayne.
yeah, stuff literally goes flying. He's also thrown food on the windshield. When he has to make an emergency stop, like Eileen, that you experienced, he's been known to dump food all over the windshield that he had in his hands. And then
Oh, God.
and then it will stay there for a period of time and get dried up and sticky. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, gosh. All right. Well, so I think we've established that Wayne is probably one of the worst drivers in America.
Mhm.
Oh, I got more. So, we're women, we're amongst women here. And, I think there's a certain level of an expectation that women have a lot of shoes, right? I want to know what you think of Wayne's $300 pair of shoes.
Well, they're very nice, and he gets a lot of compliments on them.
Rob loved them. When he was at the meeting, he saw them and he said he really liked his shoes.
Yes, people.
Well, Wayne kept saying, he's like, I've had, ladies come up and tell me that they love them. And I'm like, and how old were they?
They're several years old at this point. I'm not sure, but I can't tell you how many times he's destroyed clothing and shoes, getting
Shoes. Yeah.
a stain, finish, glue on. In fact, he was in Nashville. I don't know, it was earlier this week or last week. We threw out a pair of pants. He got glue over 3 separate shirts. Yeah.
Judy, do you remember that time that we were doing the live demo at the NWFA Expo and he called you at the end of it and put you on kind of like the speaker and you went on audio and he's like, yeah, I just want to let you know I wrecked another pair of shoes, and you go, God damn it. He had to hang up.
He has ruined hundreds of items of clothing and shoes. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but I want to talk about his nice new fancy shoes that he just purchased or recently purchased. The ones that have the white sole on the bottom.
Those are the ones that he has them on and he kind of pivots and preens a little bit. And flexes his foot a little bit, looks in the mirror at them. Remember Saturday Night Live and Hans and Franz, and they would flex their muscles? Well, Wayne shows off his shoes and feet and the way they look on him. At least with this pair of shoes.
Do you love that pair of shoes, Judy? As much as he does?
No. No.
Nobody does. Except Rob. He did love them.
They're
talked
very
about
nice.
them.
They're Wayne's nicest pair of shoes he's ever had, and they look good. But I keep waiting until he ruins them. I just look at them and think, how long are they going to last?
Yeah. So, Pauline, what do you think about Wayne's new shoes?
Well, I haven't seen them in person, but I remember when Rob first saw them at a sales meeting and he came home and talked about them and said how much he liked them. And then to Wayne, he would never admit it to Wayne.
No.
How much he liked those shoes. But he did say that he really liked them a lot. But $300, Rob would drop dead before he spent $300 on a pair of shoes. I would have to buy them and tell them they're on sale.
Oh, they're very nice shoes. And if they make him happy, then I guess that's the most important thing, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think I even own a $300 pair of shoes.
I don't.
I don't either. I don't know if I could buy a $300 pair of shoes.
So Judy, I really want to know, how many fishing poles does Wayne really own? Do you know?
No, but I guesstimate 20 to 30.
Wow.
But that doesn't touch the amount of fishing tackle. He's got cases and cases and pouches and bags and boxes and crates. He's got stuff in our storage shed. He's got stuff in the garage. It's unreal. He's got stuff in his boat. He's got tens of thousands of pieces of tackle.
Wow.
And how often does he go fishing?
Not often.
Well, because he doesn't know
'Cause
what
he's
to
still working.
use.
Well, he's lately been turning his whatever free time he has to a floor that he's been working on upstairs. So he hasn't gone fishing in months.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that new floor. Are you loving it?
I will.
I love how you pause.
Well, it took him a while to get started. We've lived in this house for 6 years, and we've been walking on plywood up there for probably 5 years in anticipation of him working on the floor. So it's taken a while. So I've been looking forward to getting it done, but I also dread it because I know how obsessed Wayne is with a project such as this. But my sister threatened him and said, if you don't get busy on this, she's going to have somebody put LVT in. So I think that pushed him a little bit.
So Judy, when Wayne was in the flooring contracting business, did you ever help him on the job site?
Yes, particularly early on. In fact, I used to refer to myself as the putty queen because I puttied so many floors. Out in California, there are a lot of 5/16 top nailed floors, particularly in the Bay Area. And I would show up to the job site, of course, with drinks for Wayne and his crew. Wayne would always tell me, you don't show up to a floor site without bringing cold drinks to the people on the site. And we would go row by row and putty all these freaking nail holes. And I thought I got pretty good at it.
That sounds like a blast.
Yeah, really. I never did that.
I vacuumed, I cleaned up job sites, held lights, particularly at night when Wayne would be coating floors, swept, you name it. I didn't do highly skilled stuff, obviously, but I was kind of the.
No, I think that was left to Pauline on coating floors, right, Pauline?
Oh,
Somehow Pauline has this unique ability to float across a freshly coated floor to sit on the stairs.
wow. That was painful. It was a house that had doorways, but there was no, I don't know, it was just all open, and they had a huge foyer, and the stairs looked very inviting. I thought the finish stopped at a certain area.
Oh.
So I walked, and then he came out, and there were my footsteps.
Oh.
I started crying. He had to redo it. It was horrible, horrible.
Was that the last time that you helped him on a job site?
That may have been. I was good at bringing lunches. And in the beginning, when he and his partner started, they used to come to the house and they would play this football game, like a board game that was a football game. And I used to make them breakfast and then lunch and take care of them like that instead of when they were slow and they were just starting out.
Yeah.
But then when they were working, I would bring lunches and drinks and stuff for them.
Any other crazy stories about being on the job site with them?
I do know when he did our house floors, my hair was in the finish. And he was not.
How did you manage that?
Apparently I was shedding as I was helping him. He was not happy.
Oh my goodness. So let's talk about Rob here for a little bit. So I've known Rob, geez, I don't know, 11 years maybe. And I think I know something about him, and I think, Pauline, you might know it too. So when he's staring at a project
Don't
and
talk
staring
to
off
him.
into space, what do you think he's doing?
Oh gosh, I have no idea. But you know not to talk to him. You know not to ask any questions. It's taken me a long time for this to sink in. You do not talk when he's staring. You don't ask questions when he's staring. You don't walk around him when he's staring.
Do you want to know why? Is because he can sleep with his eyes open, and that's what he's doing. I'm not kidding.
Really?
I swear to God.
Oh my God.
I think he can. I was in a sales meeting and he was sitting next to me and he was a statue for like an hour, just staring wide open.
Wow.
And I turned to him and I'm like, are you sleeping? And he didn't answer me. I think he's sleeping with his eyes open. So when he's looking at those projects, he has you trained not to bother him because he's catching a couple Z's.
Oh my gosh. Thank
Wow.
you. Thank you. It explains a lot.
Oh my goodness. So Pauline, you got a lot of grandkids now. And Rob was talking about a story how right when you got married and your little drive to the airport, what did you lean over and tell him on the way to your honeymoon?
That I couldn't wait to be sitting on our front porch watching our grandkids run around. I scared him. Not gonna lie, I scared him.
I'm like, on the way to your honeymoon?
Yeah.
You had a vision for the future.
Yes. But he was like, what?
I'm sorry, I can't. Okay, so we've got some funny stories going on here with Wayne and Rob, but really, I want to know what it really is like being married to these guys.
Oh boy. We will have been married 38 years this August. And Wayne is truly unique. He's one of a kind person. He's
That he is.
yeah, I say he's high maintenance.
Oh my gosh. Rob is too.
Yeah,
People don't realize.
he's very hardworking and obsessed with always doing a perfect job on everything, but that entails everything else leaving it up to me, or everything else goes by the wayside. So I have to pick up all the pieces. Construction work we've done at the house, I have to supervise it. Lawn care, yard care, I have to take care of. Wayne basically does his job, and that's pretty much it.
Judy, since you mentioned that, you handle everything outside of, Wayne just doing his job, do you really give him just $20 a day?
Yes. I can't remember when it started.
Wait. He gets $20 allowance a day.
Yes.
Even in the pandemic?
Yes.
What does he buy?
Food, primarily. It started because, and I don't remember how long ago it started, but it's been years and years. But he worked so hard, and when he was probably out contracting and doing his thing, he would never have a chance to get to an ATM or a bank. So I always wanted to make sure he had a little bit of cash in his pocket. He's got his.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, and this probably started before ATMs were in existence. Remember, you used to have to go to the bank and cash a check, or go to a grocery store and cash a check. Wayne couldn't be responsible enough to have a checkbook. So.
But he ran a business.
Yeah, he could focus on that and do
No
that
cash.
extremely well. Yeah, no cash, but he couldn't handle a personal checkbook. He was hopeless at it. He just wouldn't write down a check he wrote. It never got entered. I never knew how much money we had. Yeah, it was crazy. So the $20 a day started, and it continues to this day.
Oh, that's cute.
I think he's spending the $20 on his obsession with dark chocolate because it's healthy.
Well, yeah, could be. Yes, he does. Most of the $20 goes towards food, and he now likes dark chocolate. I probably got him started on that. I particularly don't care for it, but we got a box of chocolates once, and it contained a mixture of milk chocolate and dark chocolates, and I didn't want to eat the dark chocolates. So I was trying to convince him that these are healthy. So I got him to eat the dark chocolate so I could have the milk chocolate.
Very good, Judy.
Well, he was just trying to convince us that, that he buys these big bags of like dark chocolate. The darker, the better. And the darker it is, the healthier it is for you. I'm like, chocolate.
He does. In fact, I just had to give away 3 huge bags of the stuff because it's been in our cabinet for a year or so. He has other dark chocolate he's moved on to. He's buying these fancy fair trade chocolate bars and different gourmet dark chocolate bars. So I've had to offload the stuff he was eating about a year ago.
So Pauline, I've known Rob again for a long time, but I want to hear from you what it's really like to be married to Rob.
It's been a ride. It'll be 36 years in October. Nobody really knows. He is just the nicest person. He really is. He's a teddy bear. He doesn't want anybody to know that. But he is really a nice person. And sometimes people think, oh, like Rebecca had a friend from high school that used to see him in the airport all the time. And he would never go up to him because he always looked mean. And Rebecca said, go up to him. He's not wearing his glasses. He can't see you. I call him Magoo.
So Pauline, you're talking about Rebecca, the one that Rob never mentioned, right?
Yes.
Okay, Pauline, so we know what Wayne's obsession is with the dark chocolate. Does Rob have anything that he's completely obsessed with?
Well,
besides the
what I just noticed in his cabinet of his desk the other day, a thing of peanut butter, container peanut butter and saltine crackers. So I go to bed early and he stays up and works and watches TV until like sometimes 3 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
So I don't realize that I just saw this the other day. Now I know what he's doing.
Do you bring him his coffee in the morning, or were you when you were on a stay-at-home order?
Yes.
Oh.
But
yeah, so we were on a video call for the podcast. I think it was last week, and he literally could not stop yawning. I'm like, what is wrong with you? So me and Wayne and Josh were just cracking up, ripping on him. And he's like, and he blamed it on you because you went back to work and didn't bring him his cup of coffee.
Oh, nice. It's only 3 days a week, for Pete's sake. But he has been making me an iced coffee when I come home.
Oh, nice.
Because I work for a dentist, I've got to run in and do my COVID cleanse. And he has dinner ready and a nice coffee for me.
Oh, that's sweet.
That's nice.
Wayne does not cook at all, so you're very fortunate.
Oh my gosh, Rob's a really good cook.
Oh,
he's very good.
The last time Wayne cooked, it was over 35 years ago.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And he made stuffed bell peppers, and he messed up the kitchen so badly. It looked like a crime scene or something with stuff splattered everywhere. And his only other venture into cooking, he tried making spaghetti once. and he browned the ground beef and didn't drain any of the fat off.
Oh.
And he didn't drain the pasta, the noodles, out of the water. So it was a whole gigantic saucepan full of watery noodles that were disintegrating and this horrible greasy sauce.
Now,
And
Rob, you can go on. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. But I was just going to say again, the kitchen was destroyed after that meal. So he's never cooked since then.
Oh, Rob cooks, but he doesn't clean. When he makes sauce, there are spatters everywhere. I mean, like I'll see weeks later and like, oh my gosh, I didn't even notice that one. On the floor, on the cabinets. I've seen them on the ceiling.
I understand.
But he does love to cook. He does love to cook.
Well, that's nice.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, with current events or whatever, we've been kind of on a lockdown, stay at home. I want to hear what you lovebirds have been doing on your time home with each other.
Well, we watched some series on TV that we hadn't gotten to see before. We watched the Outlander series, which was pretty interesting. And we finished watching the Ozarks, which we enjoyed very much. That's a good one. And we've been drinking more, definitely. I've been perfecting some drinks, including a passion fruit puree martini drink.
Ooh.
And I make a mean vodka gimlet with fresh lime juice and a simple syrup that I steep with lime zest and mandarin orange zest. So we've been enjoying those.
I've been on a call where Wayne's enjoyed a couple of those.
Probably. But we've hung out with the cats. As much as he says he hates the cats, he loves them. I mean, he'll emerge from a room and I'll walk into him and he's covered in white hair because he's been holding Hank, our cat, and petting it. Or I'll walk into the
Until
TV
Hank
room
is
at night and he's in
bald.
there. And, yeah. And two of the cats will be lying on him. So he loves those cats.
Yeah, we know he loves the cats. He says he doesn't, but it's obvious that he does.
He truly hates two of them, but he loves the other three.
Oh my gosh. So Pauline, what have you and Robin doing? I hear you're really good at math.
Oh my gosh, I forgot all about our game. No math. I told him it's a word game. I said, I would never, ever play a math game with you. I am the world's worst at math. One of the kids had a math homework and I helped her. And the only 3 she got right were the 3 they did in school. And she said, I'll never ask you for help again. I'll call Dad wherever he is. But we have a word game. It's called Zip It. And we have played that for, I can't tell you, I don't even remember how many hours. Rob keeps score. I have beat him a few times.
I think you beat him the majority of the time.
And he keeps score. That's the difference between our families. My family, you would never have kept score. His family is killer game players. Yes, I beat him and he gets angry. And then it's not fun to play because I know he's upset that I'm winning all the time. He does win sometimes.
Well, Wayne.
So are you saying he's a sore loser?
No, he really isn't. But I can tell, I'll say it's a frustration.
Well, Wayne is ruthlessly competitive, and he's been known to throw a Monopoly board mid-game.
We went to Rob's parents when we were dating. We went over to Rob's parents. Now, at my house, when we played, if you had 3 railroads and somebody, or you would give it to them. They wouldn't have to buy it from you. You'd say, oh, you want a railroad? Here, have a railroad. Well, Rob's family, we went over Easter morning, probably around 10 o'clock. His father had already demolished the bathroom. So then we all started playing Monopoly. We didn't eat dinner until 11 o'clock at night. I used to cry all the time, just drink water so I wouldn't be crying out loud. But it was at the end, it was his father, and Rob's youngest brother is 10 years younger than him. And the father faked sick. They played Monopoly all day long.
Wow.
It was terrible, terrible. Never again.
I don't like Monopoly. Yeah, that Monopoly and the game Sorry are the two games that are banned from my entire family's houses. Well, Polly and I just talked to you about having my brother over. We were playing cornhole, and I was like, God, you're such a sore loser. Like, it was so, like, it's supposed to be fun. Like, lighten up. I think this lockdown has made everybody a little cuckoo.
Yeah.
Oh, I think so.
Yes.
So Pauline, tell me about this van that Rob had when you guys first started dating. He talks a lot about it, but I want to hear from you.
I don't know what he says, but he always used to ask me if I wanted to go. He had shark teeth in the van. And he always asked me if I wanted to go see his shark tooth collection.
Hey, Hava, you want to come and see my shark teeth?
Yes.
Did you say yes?
I'm a rube. Of course I did.
But Pauline, did he ever set fire to that van?
Oh, no.
Well,
Did Wayne?
Oh, yeah.
Do you
Oh,
want to
yeah.
come see my burning van, Judy?
It was a 1968 Ford van, and it was early on in his career in the flooring business. And somehow it was empty for a very brief period of time. And I think I tried to take advantage of that and load the back with a bunch of brush. I hacked down some trees or shrubbery or something. And I can't remember exactly how the fire started, but it burned the brush in the back of the van, and it dissolved the seats and foam into the two seats in the front. And
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Wow.
So he drove around that smoky van for a period of time.
Why?
Waste not, what not.
Well,
I guess so.
yeah. Well, when you're, young and starting out and broke, you can't afford a new van. So, yeah, he had to make use of it for a while, but we eventually sold it to some guy who was so thrilled to find a 1968 Ford van and was begging to take it off our hands. So we lucked out.
So Judy, we've been hearing about Wayne trying to buy a new truck, and I think you're getting a new car out of it, but how's it been with him looking for a new truck?
Oh God. You're pitting a sales manager against sales guys at car dealerships, and the process is horrible. It's
I don't even go. I don't even go.
I prefer not to, yeah, but yeah, it's bad. Wayne wants all these bells and whistles, which I could care less about, and he wants everything turbocharged and high octane and super duper high powered stuff. And and then I have to deal with him bantering with the sales guy, and it's very painful, very painful. But that kind of got put to the side because we started looking at a car for me, and I hate the process. I just hate the process. So maybe I'll revert back to Wayne's truck. I don't know.
So if Wayne doesn't get his truck, what kind of new car are you going to get? What are you looking at?
Well, a smaller SUV, but not too small because I need more room to haul all the crap I haul, like plants and potting soil and tools and shovels and yoga equipment, all kinds of stuff like that. But I currently drive a Nissan Juke, and Wayne can't stand the car, and it's too small for the two of us to sit in, really. So something a little bit bigger than that, but not the massive suburban size. So something in between.
Do you do a lot of gardening?
Yes, Yes. In Tennessee here, if you don't keep on top of things, the yard will overtake your house and property. There's so much humidity and a lot of sunshine too, but the ferns and foliage here really lush and they grow and the weeds crop up all the time. And again, Wayne does absolutely no yard work, so I seem to spend all my summers doing yard work.
So we know that Wayne doesn't do any of the yard work. And Pauline, I know from our conversations that you and I both like to cut our lawn at an angle. And I know that you do the walking one, but I want to know if Rob does, how he feels about cutting the lawn at an
He
angle.
thinks it's dumb. He wouldn't cut it at an angle if I paid him. My father always.
Not even it.
I,
Not even it to make you happy.
oh
He wouldn't cut it at an
no,
angle?
no. If I want to cut it in, I cut the front lawn at an angle with the push mower. But he cuts but if he does it, it would never be at an angle.
Why does he think it's dumb?
I don't know, but our son cuts his at an angle, and when his wife does it, she just does it regular. It's an obsession passed down by my father.
Judy, how do you cut your lawn?
Well, I pay a kid to do it.
The best way.
Yeah. I happen to prefer straight lines and not a diagonal myself. So the kid cuts it with straight lines.
Oh, that's nice. Well, you're paying him. He should do it your way.
Right.
I don't know. It's something about seeing it cut at an angle.
Yeah. I like mine cut at an angle. And my daughter's 13, so she's starting to mow the lawn. And I told her that, I set it up that you got to cut it at an angle. And she looked at me like I had three heads. She's like, what difference does it make? And I'm like, so I lied to her. And I told her that you should cut the lawn at different angles each time because it helps the growth.
That's what my father always said.
And she looked at me and she's like, I don't believe you. I'm like, Google it. And she cut it at an angle.
There you go. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
The simple things in life.
So recently we've been talking about, America opening back up and sports coming back and, Wayne being this super soccer stud and, kind of what Rob is interested in. So I just want to hear from your perspective about Wayne's soccer abilities and Rob's passion for hockey.
Rob loves hockey. He used to play until he got a bunch of concussions and they told him he couldn't play anymore.
I didn't know that he played. I knew that he loves hockey, like obsessed with it.
He played
but
for
I didn't know that he
years.
played.
He played for years, even in the men's league.
Oh,
Like
wow.
I remember we were dating and I'm sitting in the stands talking to somebody and I thought it was a face-off. I don't know much about it, but he was on the ice. Somebody skated over. Rob passed out. We think he has a concussion.
Oh.
So
No.
that was his last. I don't think he played after that, but he coached for years.
Wow. Well, he's got his own little hockey team that's growing up right now.
Oh,
right?
I know, that's his dream.
All those boys.
Yeah. Get the.
He might have a whole hockey team himself.
I know. Well, he wishes.
So Judy, Wayne really likes to talk about himself a lot. How much he can bench press, how he's comparable to Pele in soccer. So I just want to hear from you what the real story is.
I have never seen Wayne play soccer, but I know he played it as a kid. At least that's what he tells me. But I also know he's extremely agile with his feet. I'm terribly clumsy and I trip a lot and I misjudge distances. But he's like a cat and amazingly can juggle his walking and balance on things.
Wow.
He's for a big guy, he's extremely agile. But no, I've never seen him play soccer.
So both of you have been married for quite some time, and I want to hear from you your one absolute most favorite thing about your partner.
Wayne's sense of humor.
He's pretty funny. I have to give him that.
I have to agree. Rob has a very good sense of humor. He always keeps me laughing. And the first time, I'll tell this story quickly. The first time I met Wayne, we met him. I don't remember where we were, but we met at a place for dinner. And I had to ask them to stop talking because my stomach hurt so much from laughing. Oh my gosh. Just on and on. The two of them together are so cute and they're so funny. But I was begging them to stop talking because my stomach hurt so much from laughing.
Yeah, that's usually how we are in the background on the podcast. Josh and I are usually on mute, but we are just like busting a gut. And I think that's one of the things that, makes our podcast a lot of fun. I think the information that we provide for our listeners is very beneficial and educational, but it's got that really unique spin between the healthy banter between Wayne and Rob that I think that our audience really loves.
I agree. They are quite the pair. They really are.
Yes.
And they know it. Just ask them, they'll tell you.
That is true. You get a ding for that one, Pauline. Okay, ladies, it's really been a pleasure to be able to talk to you and get the real scoop on Wayne and Rob. Definitely enjoyed having you on the podcast, celebrating the 1-year anniversary of On the Floor. This has been another episode, and stay tuned for an upcoming episode of On the Floor with Wayne and Rob.
Thank you, Eileen.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.